let's talk the number of reports I saw before the draft that you were trying to trade up into the top 10, quarterback minded, or potentially as Mac Jones was falling to middle of the draft to get him, but you stayed put. Walk us through what happened on draft night, if you can.
Yeah, it was pretty simple. Look, we felt there were a couple players that we'd move up for, and for us, we have a must-at corner, and so there were two corners graded, both Horn and Surtain, with real high grades. And very quickly, early in the week, it's pretty common for teams to say, "Hey, we have an interest." Everyone's basically open for business, but ultimately, there wasn't a team wanting to move out of the first 10 picks. And so I think that lasted all of, a half an hour maybe, of the morning of reaching out to these teams, and the cost would have been, if we found a trade partner, too high. So, at that point, our feeling was, it's going to come to us at 28, and let's make sure we have our cloud of players ready. And it's exactly what happened. So
the top 10 possibility was targeting a corner in mind because of...
It was a corner, but I would say this. If you make a trade while you're not on the clock, or the club that you're trading with is not on the clock, you do have to have some contingency plans in the event that, let's say, both those corners were taken before 9 or 8 or wherever that trade took you. If you make one on the clock, you know your player's available. So I think it was, the beginning of this draft, so much time spent on the beginning of the draft, and everyone discusses it, predicts it. It went fairly smooth. I think the first pick that people were split on, or not split, but hey, what was Cincinnati going to do? Were they going to take the left tackle or the receiver? And of course, they took the receiver. So I don't know that there were any real hiccups. Certainly at 3, what quarterback were the 49ers going to take? And then after that, it went fairly smoothly. But yeah, there really wasn't much interest at all in anyone moving out. And our mindset at the start was for a corner, and we saw that wasn't going to happen quickly. Then we just stayed right where we were at.
So, man, Sean, if the Saints had gotten J.C. Horn, you would have had to nail the pads and the goalposts down shut, wouldn't you?
Right. Well, he's a tremendous player, and unfortunately, he's in our division. I think it's a good pick by Carolina.
That's right.
He was a real competitive player. You saw it on film, and did so many things well at that position. But we had an opportunity here early on. We coached Joe, his father, and
yes,
I think they're different type of. They're both extremely athletic, but personality-wise, there's probably some uniquenesses that are different with them. But yeah, all good though, and I'm sure Joe's proud of them.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.